Hey, good morning. Everybody. Welcome to Forex.Today, the YouTube community of more than 21,000 foreign exchange traders. We gather here today to conduct technical analysis and fundamental analysis with the overriding goal of planning our trades in advance because trading is risky. Not appropriate for everyone. Your past performance, good or bad, is not necessarily indicative of future results. Please stay small, stay humble, focus on the long term. Never risk money, cannot afford to lose. My name is Wayne. I will be your guide on this thing we call Forex, so please ask questions. I imagine we'll cover gold, oil, and Bitcoin. Imagine we'll do dollar pairs and yen pairs. I imagine we'll want to do the stock market. But if I don't cover something, you please let me know in the chat. And while you're at it, please click the thumbs up and the like button and subscribe and do all that kind of stuff. Not for me, but for YouTube. And even though we just started, let me go get a soda because nothing else is working. Hang on. I can see it in your eyes. All right, good morning. All right, what do you want to do? Let's start. Do you want to start with the stock market? It's not open yet, but maybe you're front running it. Yeah, let's try to do that. And, man, we had a big up yesterday and a big down on the no diggity, no Dow. I put a funny little line here and stopped the entire Dow. Sorry, everybody, if you're on that. NASI all the way up to the monthly target. So we're done. That's done. See that? That's our projected target for June. Now, based on the earlier setup, it looks like we can actually get to 20, is it 20,000, 2,000? 20,000. We should be able to get to pretty close to 20,000 just based on the way that we started here. Big move on the S&P, and now we're kind of trapped in one of these things, huh? How do you want to do it like that? So be careful on this one, because that's the conservative target. But like I said, I think it can go up a little higher between now and next week. We'll take a look at some commodities here, gold, oil, and Bitcoin. Except I clicked the wrong thing. Bitcoin holding steady right now. It had a nice little move yesterday and then did a little pullback today, and we're just now at the bottom of the range. So we'll see if we can work our way back up from support. Maybe. If not, that's very risk off. My WTI trying to pick up again. Trying to pick up again for the nth time. So we'll see if we can pull tomorrow's pivot up for a higher high, higher low for tomorrow. What do you think about that? Unless you're trading it now, but we haven't even made a higher high here. Using my trap and break open strategy, we have one of these. I taught that in the oil trading course. Of course I did. Gold, not looking good. With inflation falling, there's no need to own gold. We might be spotting that. Same thing with silver. Not a lot of reason to own metal if inflation's falling. We saw this in copper and platinum too. In fact, I can show you platinum. Go a little further out. There you go. And metals fall when inflation's falling. Metals rise when inflation rises. Go back to commodities. Okay, we're just stuck here for now, huh? Nothing's really changed, has it? Well, probably not. But we're definitely in this range. It was a little disconcerting that we didn't get through 70 yesterday. Look at some dollar pairs. Little bit of vol, huh? Yeah. You could trap and break this if you wanted to. Depends on how bullish you are. Okay. So you have the double bottom. Okay. And now you have the breakout. You could do one of these. Oops. Doing terrible today. Hang on. You could do one of these if you wanted to. Looks like it's kind of almost 50-50. Quantbox, the last time I looked, which was a few hours ago, was risk on. So only 50% of you are risk on. Now, Quantbox analyzes VIX, US dollar, Japanese yen, gold, S&P 500, and it looks at bonds. Treasuries, but we'll just say bonds. Okay, and when it looks at all of those things, it says risk on. So I don't know how you get to your assessment for those that are risk off or risk neutral. That's what we do. Now, on top of that, we also looked at the options market, and it's risk on. And we look at what I call hot money, and so that's the 2-year. And when you look at all of this, it's risk on. On 3 time frames. So it's interesting when people have a different opinion. I'm not saying it's wrong. I don't know the future, but I may not understand how do you get to your conclusion. Is it how you feel? Is that how you're trading, by feel? Or are you using quantitative analysis? I'm more interested in how the rest of the markets are behaving. And if they're behaving generally risk on, then I want to know. That's all. Yeah. And so if you like that idea, I'll tell you what. Every day I'll tell you what those markets are doing and what it means, risk on or risk off. I can do that for you. You pay me $79 a month. I'll do it for you. La 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 la. All right. How do you feel about euro? Okay, I've already marked it all out. You see this? I've already done it. I've already done all the work. So now you get in there. And you've already missed an entry, and it already popped and dropped. So now it's sort of a second chance. It's too bad it didn't stick, but there's still a trade there, which we did identified yesterday. Yesterday we identified that. So that's the trade of the day. The trade of the day. Okay, it's too bad it didn't follow through, but maybe it was just too early. Too early in the morning. Okay, Aussie, Euro, all about the same. This one, again, this is a plan that we created days ago, multiple days ago. And the idea is kicking off this zone. Yeah, I'm very, very, very sick, big fella. I have been for about a week, but yeah. So anyways, we got that going. Oh, that's all right. I appreciate that. But I hope you appreciate that even if I'm sorry, even if I'm sick, I get my shit done. When my kids get sick, they're like, "Oh, I can't go to school." I'm like, "Nobody cares about your mama." Right? What they care about is you get your stuff done. So if if you're contagious, you stay home, but you do your schoolwork. Yeah. Well, I haven't had chicken soup, Jim, for over 10 minutes. Look, on my desk, a can of chicken soup. Yeah, probably, huh? Hey, big fella. Yeah, yeah, that's funny. Let's look at Euro Yen here. Well, actually, no, I'm going to stay. I'm just habitually used to Euro Yen, but, yeah, Euro's weak. Be interesting to see if we can get through this again in a resumption, huh? We've been climbing the ladder all week. It's been a good week. Been a good week on that one. Kitty Cat is not doing well these days. It has gone virtually nowhere. So we got to adjust and adjust. It's going nowhere. Kiwi. Okay. Problem with, we did well on Kiwi, right? If you look at this, we have it going up to here. We're doing all right. The thing is, are you going to buy a dip? Have you decided what to do? We like I said, I don't know, 6, 7, 8. I think we did this last week, like 10 days ago. We came up with this trade plan. Are you doing it? And that's one part of the trade plan. And then we get here. Here's a different part of the trade plan. But you should know. And if you don't know, I don't know why you don't know. But you should know the next part of the strategy looks like a variation of that. Yeah, that makes sense, big fella. No, I have strep throat, so it was given to me by a loved one. So, all of that, yeah, I just gotta get through it. Next step is antibiotics. Yeah, oh my throat is so sore. I talked for 5 hours yesterday, right? And you're like, try that with strep throat. Huh? Tough guy. Yeah, totally. So anyways, we've been climbing this ladder. The thing is, if you're not on the clue train now, when are you going to climb aboard? Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Like when? Euro, I'm going to skip. Dollar, I want to skip. Pig looks fine. And once again, I already have this marked up. Okay. And so now when we go to a smaller time frame, we've had this massive dip. Yeah, it's a buy, bro. Okay. What do you think? Are you going to do it? What are you going to do? What you going to do? I got a pocket full of pips, and my homeboys do too. Yeah. Shout out to the LBC. What do you think? You going to do it? So we did some dollar pairs, some yen pairs. We looked at some commodities. Looked at Bitcoin briefly, just waiting in a range. Yeah. What would you like me to cover next? My oil trade. Go oil. See, look at that. Just a simple breakout, pullback, 1, 2, 3, hammock. Beautiful, huh? Yeah, oil's great. And perfect timing, everything. It's all right there. What do you want me to cover? Darkness, envisioning me. Yeah. Thank you, JP. Yeah, I got to get better on Monday. I'm at the I'm at the St. Louis Fed, huh? So I might miss sessions next week. I don't know. It depends on. I've forgotten. I haven't even looked at my plane ticket. So I might miss a Forex.Today. I might miss an investor boot camp. But work with me, Goose. One of the things that we're doing at the Fed is they're teaching me the new mechanisms that they're using for monetary policy. They do things different now, and not a lot of people know much about it. So they're going to teach me. And it's one of those things where they're like, look, it's self-explanatory. Here's a chart. And you look at the chart, and it's the most complicated chart you've ever seen. So I'll be in St. Louis for 2 days doing Fed stuff. What you doing in St. Louis? Oh, I'm Fedding. I'm Fedding, Fed stuff. So anyway, so I'm going to go there and I'm going to learn a few things. Then I have 2 follow-up meetings in July to further the conversation. And maybe later this year, I'll teach you how the Fed works now. They don't do what they used to do. By the way, here's the part that you might find interesting, because you're like, oh, well, maybe that's interesting. I'll tell you the part that you'll really find interesting. They, in this new process, make some people filthy, stinking rich. It's built into the model. It's built into the model. They create situations. Little situations called arbitrage. And, nobody knows about this. It's very hush-hush, so that the right people get these secret little arbitrage opportunities and just, boom, make free money. The Fed doesn't care because they get what they need. But only their buddies at JP Morgan and Goldman Sachs get the opportunity. Would anybody here like to know what those opportunities are? These special little opportunities? Yeah, well, I'm spending money and time to go learn so I can share it with you. Well, you're welcome, I suppose. No, it's not, though, Lydia. They have a new mechanism now. So here's what I think is going down. I don't know yet, but I think they've realized quantitative easing doesn't work anymore. So there's a new regime. There's a new sheriff in town, right? There's a new regime. And they create these arbitrage opportunities for Goldman Sachs and JP Morgan. It gets what the Fed needs done, but then Goldman Sachs and JP Morgan get filthy stinking rich. And I'm like, well, why don't you tell me? Why don't you give me those arbitrage opportunities? So that's why I'm going to be sitting around a conference table deep in the annals of the St. Louis Fed on the Mississippi, everybody. Yeah, and then I'm going to have dinner with views of the Arch, the St. Louis Arch. Cool. So I better get healthy quick, huh? But anyways, I'm doing this for us. I hope you appreciate that. They're going to tell me, and then I'm going to tell you. Because I work for you, and this is what you would want your high-powered consultant to do. You're like, oh, you should see my Harvard boy working for me. Oh, he's got some quant stuff and some analysis. Oh, yeah, now he's out there at the St. Louis Fed right now. That's my Harvard boy. He's on my team. I pay him $200 a month, right? Anyways, hang on. Oh, that hurts so bad. So, anyways, yeah, it's cool, right? Is that right, Stingray? I got this Harvard boy. He's working for me. He's on my trading team. Yeah, that's cool. I want you to think that. I want you. I mean, that's what I want to be for you. I don't like being a guru. I don't mind, but it's not my intent. I never intended for any of this that way. That wasn't a goal in my life. Excuse me. But I do want to help you turn your Forex trading into a sustainable small business. And I want to be on your team. And I want to provide you tools and resources better than your competition. Yeah, and I want to be your Harvard guy. I want to be your consultant. Right? You're like, man, I got a technical analyst. I got a quantitative analyst. I have a macro econ Harvard degree guy. You're like, you got an amazing platform. You have a performance coach. I mean, just imagine how awesome that is, right? Like, that's what I want. And I hope you want that too. This is so much bigger than what exists out there now. What's in my mind is 10 times, 100 times bigger than what exists now. That's why I cringe when somebody looks at TradeRs and thinks it's an alert service. I'm like, oh, dang, boy, seriously? Wow. Ugh. Horrible. Yeah. Hey, yeah, no worries. Thank you. I do like teaching. When I'm ready to semi-retire, I do plan on teaching at Harvard for sure. I'd like to get 10 or 20 years in at Harvard as a teacher. I love it. I mean, I love that kind of stuff. So I definitely want to do that. But all right, so the stock market just opened. Let's take a look. Let's go to the markets. And see how they're trying to react here. Let's go out of daily to hourly. Let's go from 4-hour to hourly. Is Dow going to recover? Ooh, red on the open here. Green on the screen there. Indecisive on the open. By the way, you can't see it, but because of the CIA, we sold about 15 or 17. I think we sold $17,000 worth of assets and then bought 20,000 in treasuries. Did you know that? Yesterday, the CIA rotated about $17,500 out of certain assets and rolled, and then I had some cash, so we put that in, and we converted everything into high yielding treasuries. This is what we do at the CIA. How come you're not in the CIA? Dude, seriously, we bought $20,000 or pretty close to it, $20,000 in treasuries. Real money, folks, not a demo account on some broker somewhere. This is a legal entity in a Wall Street firm. It's my pension fund. And folks just like you, folks in this room, decided, yeah, let's rotate and allocate. And we moved around 20 grand. Our meeting was 5 hours. You need to be in this. You need to be in this group. I don't think there's anything like it out there. Not that I know of. And we had long discussions. People are really starting to learn about portfolio construction and management. One of the things I focused a lot on teaching people yesterday was the mistakes that investment committees typically make, so that we don't make them. But if you've never done it before, you're going to fall right into it and do what everyone else does, and it ends up being a mistake. So I shared what those mistakes were, and then we use that knowledge to guide us through our conversations, because it's a big decision process. So I thought it was a really good day yesterday. All right, Nazi's trying. Too early for S&P, and no diggity, no doubt. So remember, this is an up over here and a down over there for me. If you remember, I said I'm a bull on Nazi and I'm a bear on Dow. Now, I thought it was interesting too because excuse me. Yesterday, I kind of was leaning on getting out of our Dow exposure, and the committee overrode me. They're like, we like it there. But, okay. Which is cool. I mean, that's what the committee is about, right? And I don't vote, but I obviously influence, but I don't vote on the committee unless there's a tie. And there was a 3-2 on the vote yesterday, so we made our decisions, but everyone's voice was heard. Yeah, it was really cool, huh? So anywho, okay, I'm looking here. Red, some red, some red. Big indecision here on the open. This is the line that we're watching here. Check the 4H. Yeah, we're way down here on the 4H. I think what I want to watch is this zone. Go to an hour. Oh. There we go. So what is that? About a 50%? I wonder if that's going to hold. No, it's closer to a 618. That's hopeful, though. Okay, that's hopeful. All right, all right. That's hopeful. Yeah. Is anyone willing to give me feedback? Like, why are you not in the CIA? I think it's like this is Harvard level education, and we're doing it like learning by doing. But I've popped tens and tens and tens and tens and tens of thousands of dollars into this. I think it's spectacular. I'm not sure why you hesitate. Recovering there, right? Yeah, I get that. And that would be the most common thing, right, Jim? Yeah. This is, in particular, just a retirement account. Yeah, Adam is a timing thing. Well, we only meet once a month. Yeah, yeah, right, Bert. Yeah. What's the difference? Yeah. All right, nice little recovery there. Yeah, no, I get it, and you're a little more sophisticated than most people as well, and so I just hope you're trading with your retirement account, all that kind of stuff, and deferring taxes and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, yeah, and I think what I'm going to do when I launch the fund, which is just what we're doing at the CIA, but I'm going to launch it as a fund. And sure, I can babysit grandmother's pearls. Yeah, okay, that's fine. But I want to go out and find small business owners and entrepreneurs that are making money. They're running a small business, but that doesn't mean they understand finance. They're just, running running a small show, right? They're making money, but they're not sophisticated financially. And get them structured and organized correctly and help them pay less taxes and, chunk away savings for retirement. And so when they, so there's a nest egg at the end of it. And most people don't know these things. Not even financial advisors. They don't really know this stuff because it's not really the wheelhouse. It's not how the industry works. So you can imagine someone making like $300K running a small business, or maybe they're a house flipper, they're doing something on Amazon, or they run a corner store. They're a painter, I don't know. Just they're a small business making $300K. Most of the time, you ask them, you're like, well, how do you, are you saving for retirement? Do you have a pension fund set up for you and your employees? No, I don't know how to do any of that. Oh, gee whiz, right? So, I think I can have a positive impact if I fix that. Yeah. Ho 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 ho. Ho ho ho. Well, you know what? We're no breakout or anything yet. You know what? I'm gonna go. Maybe get some solar radiation on my boulders. Sunshine on my boulders make me happy. So I will see you later today. I should be able to do the swing trading group today. But be careful, or I should say, I might not be able to, but I'm pretty sure I will be, but it'll probably be short and sweet. Huh? You know what I mean? Yeah, Daniel, hot dogs and Coca-Cola and fireworks. Oh, wait. No, that's 4th of July. Peace on earth. May the pips be with you. May your profits be above.